Hello, Pisces. I am your awakening inner voice. You are not here by coincidence. The energies of the cosmos have conspired to bring you this message. Open your spirit and allow the wisdom of the universe to illuminate your path today. You did not arrive at this message by accident. The invisible currents that move time and deep waters have guided you here. As I shuffle the cards, I can feel how an ancient force whispers your name, as if something sacred had taken you by the hand to bring you to this very moment, neither before nor after. When destiny calls so insistently, Pisces, it cannot be ignored. You have been led to this reading because a truth that belongs to you wants to break through. The phrase that comes to my mind as I watch the first card appear is sharp, clear, luminous. The shadow retreats before the one who decides to ignite their own flame. That is your key. That is the current that will run through everything that is about to be revealed. Because the shadows that have walked beside you did not come to destroy you, but to force you to remember that you have always had fire, even if at times you forgot how to light it. But listen carefully to every word, Pisces, because today's secrets that were trapped are being released, and there is a warning you must hear before the end. Stay, because something happening today could change your life in a way already marked in your destiny, even if you do not see it coming yet. When I touch the edge of the second card, I feel a strange weight, like the echo of a silent enemy. I am not necessarily talking about a person, but something more abstract. An energy that has disguised itself as doubt, fear, exhaustion, or even stagnation. You have felt that some paths bent before you, as if something invisible were placing obstacles, as if there were resistance that did not come from you but from the environment. You have sensed that not everything around you wants your growth. And you were not wrong. Pisces, your sensitivity is a gift because you perceive what others cannot. But it can also be a burden, because you detect shadows you do not always know how to face. This is where your story begins to take shape. Sometimes you wonder why you carry such intense emotions, why the injustices of the world hurt you so deeply, why betrayal, abandonment, or ingratitude affect you to your core. And the answer is simple yet immense. Because you came to break ancestral chains, not only your own but those of who came before you. And what breaks chains awakens enemies. But the universe does not leave you alone. Today I see clear signs of divine justice in motion, aligning like pieces of a puzzle that had been scattered for far too long. Let me ask you, Pisces, how many times have you felt that you give more than you receive? How many times have you wanted to say, enough? But your heart insisted on believing that maybe tomorrow would be different. And how many times did that tomorrow arrive just like yesterday? Dry, repetitive, with no sign of reward. But today, as I lift this card, I see with absolute clarity. What you called bad luck was not a sentence. It was preparation. It was the creaking of a door that is now about to swing wide open. There is a phrase you must begin repeating within yourself, one that will serve as a sacred decree, a personal spell, a key that opens invisible doors. I claim what the universe has already written for me. This phrase, Pisces, you will repeat in your mind like someone lighting a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. I claim what the universe has already written for me. Let it vibrate within your chest, because though you may not believe it, it is activating a sleeping truth. At that exact point where the energy begins to move, where your soul starts to recognize its own strength, I want you to write something in the comments, in your own life, your own ritual, your own moment of listening. I accept the light that is coming to me. This will be your affirmation to mark that you have decided to open yourself, not to flee, not to hide. And by declaring it, you shift energy. Then, as a symbolic act of gratitude toward what protects you, acknowledge that if these words find you today, it is not by chance. Offer a gesture of gratitude toward the message you receive, because in that act you commit to yourself to open paths, to receive more signs, to accept that this is your moment to be reborn even if the storm is only just dissolving. Now, while I uncover what is presented before me, I see that there is a conflict that has been building inside you. Perhaps you have not said it aloud, but you have felt yourself at an emotional or spiritual crossroads. It is as if two versions of you are walking side by side. The one who wants to advance, release, renew their life, and the one who still looks back, toward what hurt, toward what left scars. This reading tells you that you can no longer walk with both. One must be released. In matters of love, a deep movement is felt. If you are in a relationship, a truth you have been avoiding may need to be spoken. Something you kept quiet for fear of causing conflict. But remember, what is silenced also breaks you on the inside. This is your opportunity to ask for clarity, reciprocity, sincerity. And if you are single, the message is even stronger. Someone unexpected approaches. Not by coincidence, but because your energy is being cleansed. This person arrives with a different vibration. More luminous, more aligned with the emotional abundance that belongs to you. And even if it seems unlikely, the universe does not make mistakes. In work, an opportunity that seemed frozen begins to move. Something shifts, as if an invisible hand were pushing circumstances in your favor. It may be an offer, an improvement, a new path you had not considered before. Do not ignore the signs. An unexpected conversation could become a turning point in your destiny. And regarding money, the card shows clarity. An incoming payment, a relief, a well-deserved reward. What you gave returns tripled. What you lost will be replaced by something better. Divine justice is approaching, and it comes with signs of prosperity. The color that vibrates with you is a deep blue, almost like the nocturnal ocean. It represents wisdom, intuition, and rebirth. Your lucky numbers are 3, 7, 21, and 28. The spiritual energy around you today is a mixture of ancient protection and internal renewal. It is as if a mantle of light unfolds over you, pushing away the darkness that followed closely behind. Now we reach the most intense point of this first part, the climax. As I turn the next card, the environment changes. I feel a rush of air, as if something were being released. This card is Judgment. And when judgment appears in a reading like this, there is no room for doubt. It means that everything that was hidden, everything that was disguised, everything that hurt you without you understanding why, comes to light. Your hidden enemies are exposed, and divine justice activates on your behalf. This is where the initial phrase comes alive. The shadow retreats before the one who decides to ignite their own flame. This is your flame. This is your fire. This is your awakening. The universe reminds you that you are not at the mercy of darkness. You are the one who decides how much light enters your life. And today, with this card revealed, your path changes. Your burdens transform into wisdom. Your wounds become strength. Your past defeats become doors to victory. So repeat your decree once more. I claim what the universe has already written for me. And feel something unlocking. Something aligning. Something opening. Pisces, this is only the first part of the message. Deeper, more precise, more transformative revelations remain. But before we continue, honor this sacred encounter with a symbolic act. Thank the universe, open your heart, and prepare to receive the next signs. The whisper left behind by judgment in the previous part still vibrates in the air, Pisces. I can feel how your energy has shifted, how your soul has stirred from the revelation, as if the invisible chains that held you back had begun to loosen. This second part is deeper, more intense, more revealing. Because now that the light has been ignited, the universe shows you clearly what was once covered by the veil of doubt. It is no coincidence that you are still here, hearing these words. It is not coincidence that something inside you, perhaps a mix of curiosity and intuition, pushes you to continue. There is a force guiding you, a force that wants you not to stop. Let me repeat it in a different way so as not to break the magic. When a sacred message insists on being heard, it is a sign that a movement of destiny is activating, one that only you can receive. The energy surrounding you now is similar to a sunrise clearing the fog after a long night. There is clarity beginning to appear between the folds of your perception. And that clarity brings with it an important warning. An echo from the universe that says, "Do not allow doubt to steal what is destined for you." Doubt is an old enemy of yours, one that disguises itself with voices telling you to wait, not to take risks, that you are not enough. But here, in this space, in this moment, doubt loses power. And you feel it. I return to the key phrase planted in the first part, because it must continue working within you. I claim what the universe has already written for me. This phrase is not mere repetition. It is a calling, an activation. And if you feel it, repeat it internally right now, as you read, as you breathe, as you receive. This phrase aligns you with what already belongs to you but had not yet been claimed. If we could see your energy as a landscape, today we would observe it in transformation. It is like a field where once there was dry earth and now seeds begin to sprout. Seeds you did not even know you had planted. It is a beautiful process, but it also requires letting go of what has completed its cycle. And here, Pisces, I must tell you something that may feel uncomfortable at first. Someone from your past is trying to hold you in a pattern that no longer resonates with you. It may be a person, a situation, a belief, or even an emotional habit that has accompanied you for years. The cards show that this bond, while familiar, no longer allows you to grow. There is a tie trying to pull you backward, toward old wounds, toward old versions of yourself. But the light that has awakened within you will not be extinguished. And when the light awakens, the shadow cannot rule. This is where the warning appears. Do not fear. It is not a warning of physical danger, but of spiritual awareness. The hidden enemy we mentioned in the first part now reveals itself more strongly. It is not an external person trying to harm you, but an emotional influence that kept you trapped in a repetitive cycle. It might be the need for approval, the fear of failing, the fear of disappointing others, or even the fear of losing. This energy had become a silent obstacle, one that made you abandon opportunities before even trying, one that kept you in places where there was only nostalgia left, not a future. Just as divine justice is activating today, I also tell you that your internal process of liberation has begun. Because true justice does not arrive from the outside, but from within. It comes when you recognize your value, when you center yourself, when you decide you deserve more, and say it without trembling. Today your soul is declaring something it had not declared in a long time. Enough of burdens that do not belong to me. The next card I place before me while following your energy is the Star. And this appearance is significant, powerful, transformative. The star represents hope, divine guidance, protection from the universe, and emotional rebirth. It also represents certainty, not illusion, that what awaits you is better than what you have left behind. When the star appears after judgment, it means justice is fulfilled, darkness recedes, and the luminous path destined for you finally opens. Do you feel that slight shiver? That is your intuition recognizing the truth of the message. With the star before me, I can now clearly see the three areas of your life beginning to move in synchrony. Love, work, and material prosperity. All three align to the same message. Changes are coming that break your old limitations. In love, no matter your current situation, the message is strong. A bond that brings emotional stability is approaching. If you are in a relationship, the card shows a stage of clarity and unity, where doubts dissipate and conversations open that strengthen the connection. The star brings reconciliation, understanding, renewed tenderness. And if you are single, this card signals an unexpected arrival. Someone you are not looking for, but who finds you. Someone whose purpose is to restore your faith in love, a faith you thought could no longer be revived. This energy is so evident that I could almost tell you that you have already sensed it, like a distant presence slowly approaching. In finances, The star marks a shift. If you have gone through moments of scarcity or worry, if it has been difficult to make ends meet or you felt something blocking your flow, this energy breaks. A financial boost comes. An unexpected income, a proposal, a delayed payment, an opportunity that will allow you to breathe and move forward. And most importantly, it is not merely a stroke of luck, but a cosmic acknowledgement. It is part of your divine justice. In your work life, the cards show that your name will be mentioned in a space that benefits you. It could be a promotion, a recommendation, a new project, or even an offer different from what you had considered. It has to do with growth, expansion, and recognition of your talents. Your creativity, sensitivity, intuition, your ideas. Everything that once felt like a burden or something unappreciated, now becomes your greatest strength. What once seemed like your oddity becomes your signature. But before moving forward, I ask you to repeat your decree once more so its energy continues working. I claim what the universe has already written for me. Feel it. Let it resonate. Let it rise within you like a sacred chant. Now, Pisces, I want you to plant a seed once again in the internal comments of your life, in your personal ritual, as an energetic register that says, I accept the light that is coming to me. That phrase keeps opening paths. And after declaring it, offer a small gesture of gratitude to the universe, because by doing so, you align yourself with more signs, more clarity, more messages that are on their way. Let me now speak about the inner transformation unfolding within you. Because this second part does not only reveal external movement, but internal. There is a version of you, the one that for years settled for crumbs of love, crumbs of attention, crumbs of opportunities, that is stepping away. And a firmer, more confident, more self-aware version is emerging. This version of you does not negotiate with what harms it, does not walk toward places where it is not valued, and does not give its energy to what does not resonate with its purpose. Your heart, Pisces, is healing. And when a heart like yours heals, everything around it transforms. People who resonate with you approach. Those who don't, fall away. It is a natural, inevitable, and deeply spiritual process. Do not fear the goodbyes that are coming, because every farewell occurring now is a liberation in disguise. In this moment of the reading, a very clear image appears. I see you breaking a pattern you have repeated for years. An emotional pattern that made you carry guilt that wasn't yours or take responsibility for others' emotions. That pattern breaks like a rusted chain. And when the pattern breaks, opportunities that could not enter before arrive. One of these opportunities comes in the form of true love, and another in the form of material abundance. This is the climax of the second part. The appearance of the star changes everything. It marks the beginning of a smoother, clearer path. One more aligned with fulfilling your desires. This is not exaggeration. It is destiny. And you know it. Now, the universe asks you for something small yet powerful. Remain receptive. Remain present. Remain awake. The energy is in your favor, but you must walk with faith. And part of that faith is committing to your own growth. That's why I invite you to perform a symbolic act. Thank the universe for allowing you to reach this point in the message and let your heart open to the blessings already on their way. If you want to reaffirm it, give a small gesture of light to this message, because that gesture is your way of opening the channel to receive more. Regarding your spiritual energy, today you are accompanied by an ancestral presence. It may be a guide, a protector, a loved one who is no longer on this plane, or simply your heightened intuition. This energy presents itself like a cloak covering you, like a gentle light enveloping you. A reminder that you have never walked alone. Your color remains deep blue, but now it blends with a golden shimmer that represents abundance. Your numbers continue vibrating, but the number 11 is added. Symbol of doors, signs, and rapid manifestations. Pisces, this second part prepares you for something even greater. The third part will be the culmination of the message, the closure, the victory, the promise, the abundance, and the final blessing. There I will reveal the card that determines your near destiny. The energy you have moved by reaching this third part, Pisces, already feels different. It is stronger, clearer, more conscious. As if every word received so far had lit small lights within you. Lights that together form a path you could not see before. It is not a coincidence that you have arrived here. It is not a coincidence that you are receiving this final revelation. There is a sacred agreement between your soul and the universe being fulfilled in this very moment. You know it, even if you cannot explain it with words. As I touch the cards again, I feel the presence of something important, almost solemn. As if destiny were waiting for you to open this last door to give you what you have been seeking for years. I am not saying this poetically. I am saying it prophetically. This final part brings the culmination of one cycle and the birth of another. And you stand exactly at the threshold between them. Before continuing, remember your decree. Do not forget it now, when everything is aligning. I claim what the universe has already written for me. Let it vibrate once more. I claim what the universe has already written for me. Let this phrase be your key, your shield, your impulse. Now we begin. The energy surrounding you at this moment feels like a blend of anticipation and relief. It is like the silence before an announcement that will change the course of a story. And the universe asks you to take a deep breath, because what is about to be revealed carries weight. But not a dark weight. Rather the weight of truth, of destiny, of fulfilled divine justice. For so long, Pisces, you were holding emotions that were not yours. Carrying responsibilities that did not belong to you. Allowing people, situations, or patterns to drain your energy. You became accustomed to surviving in the middle of the storm, believing that one day it would calm on its own. And although your heart always knew you deserved more, something kept you from claiming your place, your light, your worth. But today, as you reach this last part, the universe shows you that that version of yourself no longer exists. It has been left behind. It was necessary, yes, to learn, to feel, to awaken, but it no longer defines you. You are entering a phase where your intuition leads, where your inner strength decides, where your soul finally takes the helm. And here is where the final twist occurs. As I lift the card corresponding to the outcome of this reading, the Sun appears. The Sun, Pisces. This is one of the most powerful cards in the entire tarot. And for it to appear here at the end of your reading is no coincidence. It is destiny. It is a clear, compelling, luminous sign that everything coming your way is filled with blessings. The Sun represents success, clarity, victory, abundance, reconciliation, joy, expansion, divine protection, and personal fulfillment. It is the card that announces that not only will you overcome what you lived through, you will be reborn. Stronger, wiser, more conscious. When the Sun appears after Judgment and the Star, the message is undeniable. The shadow falls. The light prevails. The victory is yours. And this message is not symbolic, Pisces. It is literal. What blocked you breaks. What hurt you heals. What stopped you transforms. And what was denied to you finally arrives. The divine justice that began moving in the first part and solidified in the second now materializes. And that manifestation affects every aspect of your life. Let's begin with love. The Sun brings clarity. This means that if you were confused in a relationship or doubting someone, the truth reveals itself. There will be no more shadows, no more half-truths, no more lies disguised as affection. Someone arrives who illuminates your emotional path. If you already have a partner, this card marks renewal, tenderness, deep union, even shared plans. If you are single, it announces the arrival of a love that heals, that elevates, that illuminates. A love that does not break you, but completes you. A love that does not doubt. A love that stays. In work, The sun positions you. It gives you recognition, visibility, and the opportunity to showcase your talent without fear. It is the card of professional success. It may be a promotion, an important project, an opportunity that opens new doors, or an achievement that places you in a space where others admire your work. Your creativity blossoms. Your intuition sharpens. Your name gains weight. And the universe tells you, do not hide anymore. It is your time to be seen. In finances, the sun brings flow. If there were financial blocks, they clear. If there were debts, they settle. If there was scarcity, it balances. An important income or financial relief arrives, allowing you to breathe without tension. The abundance you deserve, that which had been delayed, begins to manifest. The star announced it, but the sun delivers it. Your spiritual energy at this point is at its peak. It is as if the entire universe conspired to bring you to this final revelation. You have protection. You have guidance. You have clarity. You have light. You have inner power. And that combination is invincible. No shadow can defeat it. No hidden enemy can reach you when you radiate from your truth. I want you to feel it, Pisces. Feel what the sun truly means for your life. Feel its strength entering your decisions, your emotions, your future. Because this message is not here to give you hope. It is here to prepare you. And now something important comes. The universe wants you to keep your energy open to receive everything that is on its way. So once more, though it is the last time in this reading, repeat your decree. I claim what the universe has already written for me. Claim it with certainty. Claim it without fear. Claim it with faith. Now, destiny asks you to leave a record of this transformation. Earlier I asked you to plant the phrase, I accept the light that is coming to me. And now, to close this sacred circle, I want you to repeat that affirmation internally once more, because it serves as both a sign and a spiritual opening. After doing so, perform a symbolic act of gratitude toward the universe, as a way of committing to your own path. That gesture, however small, opens doors you cannot yet imagine. Let us speak of your hidden enemies one last time. They no longer represent a danger. They no longer have power. They no longer influence your destiny. Not because they have disappeared, but because your light has become too strong for them. Where there was once exhaustion, now there is protection. Where there was confusion, now there is clarity. Where there was fear, now there is certainty. The sun takes care of all that. It illuminates, reveals, cleanses, expels, transforms. And now something even more beautiful comes. The sun also announces the return of your true essence. That part of you that was always noble, intuitive, and dreamlike, but that hid because of past wounds. Today that essence returns. More mature, stronger, more luminous. It returns with the ability to love with wisdom, not naivety. It returns with the clarity to know where you're going. It returns with the courage to set boundaries. It returns with the firmness to pursue your dreams without apologizing for them. Here, Pisces, arrives your final victory. It is not small. It is not partial. It is not symbolic. It is real. It is deep. It is deserved. Your story was not simple, but your destiny is magnificent. What is coming for you is love, abundance, clarity, purpose, healing, respect, stability, and expansion. And although today you may not see it fully materialized, it is already on its way. It is already in transit. It is already written. Your final color is gold, symbol of victory, power, and resurrection. Your numbers remain 3, 7, 21, 28, and 11, but number 1 is added, announcing beginnings, leadership, and a new path. Before closing this reading, I want to tell you something that arrives strongly from deep within. You are stronger than you believe. You are more luminous than you imagine. You are more valuable than you were told. And everything coming your way is aligned with that truth. This is your rebirth, Pisces. This is your awakening. This is your victory. Thank you for reaching this point, for allowing this message to touch you, for opening your energy and receiving what the universe had to tell you. It was not accidental. It never was. And with this final phrase, I close, with profound affection and maternal guidance. May the light that already belongs to you find you, embrace you, and accompany you every step. I walk with you on your path, Pisces.